What's happening, nerds? I'm a nerd. I'm a huge nerd. I love weird, obscure things that are made out of metal and go very fast, like airplanes and boats and guns and 80s. There, that one. 80s and that one. 80s shitboxes. I'm such a nerd, I wrote a whole series of science fiction books. The first one's been published. I'm working on publishing more. Excuse me for the sun. I'll hide in the shade because we shall fight in the shade. I've written a lot of books, and I'm publishing them as fast as I can. I'm sorry, I'm doing what I can, but I'm one dude. So I need your help, like, follow, subscribe, support the channels, tell your friends about the nerd stuff that I'm doing. Buy my book, maybe. There's going to be a link down in the description. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about things that sound like science fiction, but are actually real, because we're nerds, and we like nerding out about things. In this case, I have a sticky note here. I am talking about the Boeing Pelican Ultra, which, big surprise, was not from the Cold War and was not a Nazi experiment/prototype. This was designed in the early 2000s by Boeing, obviously. They called it the Pelican. Ultra is actually an acronym for, I think amusingly, Ultra is in the acronym, Ultra Large Transport Aircraft, or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it was. I apologize for nerding out about something I read a couple of years ago. Anyway, the Ultra was what's called a wing-in-ground effect aircraft. So it flies, but only like 10 feet above the ground, where the air cushion gets trapped under the wing. So it's kind of like a train that flies. It's kind of like a plane that doesn't fly. But this thing was huge, right? Right? People think 747s are big, and I can attest they're big. I've worked on them. They're 211 feet long, 65 feet tall, 212 feet long, and have a max takeoff weight of 870,000 pounds for a 747-400. They're big, and you can fit 550-ish people if you go one-class high-density seating. The Boeing Pelican Ultra could seat 3,000 people on one airplane, on one thing made of metal that goes fast and flies. It wasn't intended as a personnel transport airliner thing. It was a big cargo hauler to put the AN-225 to shame. And we never got it because I guess the government didn't need to move big things, and they weren't nerds and didn't want something made out of metal that goes really fast. But I do. Follow for more.